Imagine you're like a light in a room, always there for someone, reliable, constant, like the sun that never stops shining. But what happens when you suddenly flip the switch and disappear? What happens when you step back, as if you were never there? Darkness fills the room, and suddenly they realize how cold and empty it is without you. You were their anchor, their steady presence. And now that you're gone, the foundation they took for granted is crumbling beneath them. Today, we're diving deep into what really happens when you vanish. This isn't about playing games or seeking revenge. It's about delivering a powerful lesson that makes your worth undeniable. Sometimes, it takes absence for people to truly understand what they had in you. And I promise, you'll be surprised at what they actually feel when you're just gone. The 11 raw emotions they go through when you leave them in the rain, and why this might just be your greatest power. Stick around until the end, because what you're about to hear could change everything. Are you ready to flip the script? Let's dive in. Leave me a subscription, activate the bell at the bottom right, and write me an algorithm comment. Thank you very much. Number 1. The urge to win you back. This is where the shift happens when everything turns upside down. Their world suddenly feels darker, and an uncontrollable pull sets in, the desperate need to bring you back. They start replaying all the moments when you were always there for them, your support, your time, your unwavering presence that showed them how much they meant to you. But now, it's all gone. And that absence grows louder, more painful by the second. Maybe they start liking your posts again, checking their messages over and over, just hoping to feel some trace of you. Maybe they even reach out with a short text or ask mutual friends what you've been up to. They're grasping at whatever's left. But here's the thing, it doesn't feel the same anymore. You're not the person they once knew. You're no longer the one who keeps giving. Something has shifted, and that's when it hits them. This change is permanent. You're no longer accessible the way you used to be. And that realization leaves them caught between longing and regret. But what they don't understand is this. What they're feeling now, that's exactly what you always deserved. A space where your value is clear, not just an option they can take for granted. Number 2, the emptiness of missing you. After the rejection comes the silence. And suddenly, they feel how quiet everything has become, like a stage without its lead actor. Your laughter, your messages, your energy, it's all missing now. And they realize you weren't just anyone. You were the person who made their world brighter. At first, they try to distract themselves. Friends, hobbies, maybe even new people, anything to fill that inner void. But nothing works. Your absence lingers like a puzzle with a missing piece. Nothing seems to fit the way you did. And while they're drowning in that emptiness, you're finding your center. Say this to yourself, I am whole, even without them. Let them feel the full weight of losing you without you running back to ease it. Number 3, the overwhelming self-doubt. Once the emptiness sets in, a new emotion creeps in. Self-doubt. Your absence acts like a mirror, forcing them to confront their own flaws. They start asking themselves, did I do something wrong? Was I not enough? These thoughts chip away at them, slowly but surely, like water carving into stone. For those who were too confident in their hold over you, this moment hits like a slap to the face. Suddenly, they're analyzing every conversation, every choice, every time they dismissed you. The things they once ignored, now they're impossible to overlook. The cracks in their own behavior become painfully obvious. Number 4, the mirror of self-reflection. This is the hardest part, the moment of truth. For the first time, they're forced to ask themselves the questions they've been avoiding. Was I too distant? Did I take them for granted? These questions hit hard because they can't escape the answer. They have to face the reality that it was their own actions that pushed you away. As they go deeper into this reflection, they realize they're not just questioning themselves, they're questioning everything about the connection they had with you. And by the time the truth fully sinks in, it's too late. You've changed, you've grown, and they're still stuck in the past. They finally see the person you've become, but they also see that you're no longer waiting for them. Leave me a subscription, activate the bell at the bottom right, and write me an algorithm comment. Thank you very much. Number 5, the craving for routine. It's the small things that hold life together. A glance, a smile, a message at a certain time of day. These tiny moments create a rhythm they didn't even notice until it was gone. And that's where it really starts to hurt. They go about their day and feel like something's off, but they can't quite put their finger on it. The conversations they took for granted? Gone. The effortless moments of laughter? Missing. Something they once depended on has vanished, and they have no idea how to fill that space. It's like their life had a melody, and now a key instrument is missing. Everything feels just a little emptier. Over time, they start to realize just how much of a presence you truly were. You were the constant they never questioned until you were no longer there. And now they're left searching for something they can't replace. Your absence has thrown them off balance, and the emptiness you left behind, it's louder than they ever expected, almost like a small kind of death. Number 6, the quiet triumph of your absence. This is where your true power shines, your silence. While they scramble to come up with ways to grab your attention, you stay calm and unbothered. You've stepped out of the game, and that's what they can't wrap their heads around. Your silence speaks louder than any words or actions. It sends a clear message. I'm no longer available whenever it's convenient for you. This is the turning point, the moment when the roles flip for good. Now they're the ones trying to get through to you, while you're out there living your best life, free from the weight of their expectations. You've taken back control without saying a single word. Your absence, that's the victory they never saw coming. They used to hold all the power, and now they're left wondering where it all went wrong. And you're standing tall, independent, strong, and full of energy, while they sit in the silence of their own uncertainty, looking for answers. This is when you feel the strength within yourself. You're no longer the person who's always available at their convenience. You've claimed space for yourself, and that's your real power. Can you feel it? That quiet triumph is all yours, and you didn't have to make a sound. Number 7, the silence of emptiness. At first, they might feel relieved that you're gone. It might even feel like a little break, giving them some space to breathe. But that doesn't last. The emptiness you leave behind starts to grow, and it becomes impossible to ignore. Suddenly, they realize you weren't just a part of their life, you were a crucial part of their everyday routine. The things they took for granted start to feel shaky. They notice their days aren't running as smoothly without you. It's like the foundation they didn't know they were leaning on has crumbled. That emptiness isn't just in the moments when you're missing. It seeps into everything. And the longer you're gone, the more they realize how much they had come to rely on you. You weren't just someone in their life. You were the reason a lot of things worked the way they did. Without you, their life feels incomplete. They're not just missing you as a person. They're missing the feeling you gave them, the comfort of knowing you were always there, the routine of having you as a constant in their world. That's all gone now. What they first thought was freedom, or maybe even a bit of relief, is starting to feel like a constant reminder of your absence. Your absence shakes their world. They realize they no longer have the same structure or routine. And that's where your importance really shows. You brought meaning to their life, and without you, everything feels a little more hollow. But here's the truth. Not everyone will feel this way about you, and that's a good thing. It helps you see who really valued you and who didn't. Remember this, their actions are the message. Pay attention to what they do, not what they say, and you'll see where you really stand. Number 8, the curiosity that eats them up. After the emptiness comes the curiosity. They start asking themselves, where are you? What are you doing? And why did you disappear like that? At first, they might push these thoughts aside, but with every day that passes, the need to know grows stronger. It becomes this puzzle they can't solve. Who's in your life now? Are you happier without them? That curiosity turns into an obsession. They're checking their messages, stalking your social media, trying to pick up on any hint of what you're up to, but they find nothing. And that silence, it drives them crazy. You've become a mystery they just can't crack. Number 9, the need to regain control. Every relationship has its balance, a silent game where both sides know their place. It's about who leads, who follows, who's willing to bend, and who trusts the other to stay. But when you step back, that balance gets thrown off. You pull away, and for them, that's like a slap in the face. They realize they're losing something, and people always want back what they're losing. Control is a basic human need in relationships. It gives us security, the feeling that we know what's coming next, that we can influence the outcome. When you disappear without warning or explanation, that sense of control slips through their fingers. They feel unstable, like they've lost their grip. They start wondering, why did they leave? Did I do something wrong? What can I do to get that control back? For people like this, regaining control becomes urgent. They can't stand the uncertainty, not knowing how you feel about them, what you're doing, or even if you're thinking about them at all. That discomfort makes them restless. They don't want to feel like they've lost their hold on you, or worse, that they might have lost your attention for good. So they go into overdrive, sending you messages, reaching out through mutual friends, trying anything to pull you back into their orbit. But here's the twist. You've already flipped the script. While they're out there scrambling to regain control, you stay calm. Your silence? That's your way of saying, I'm not available on your terms anymore. And that silence, that distance, is what forces them to question their own feelings and actions. It reminds them that control isn't always in their hands. You have the power to change the game. 10. The sting of rejection. The moment they realize you're really gone hits like a punch to the gut, something they never saw coming. You were always their rock, their safe place, the one they thought would never leave. You were like a steady light in their life, something they could count on without even thinking about it. But when you stepped away, they finally saw how much they depended on you without ever appreciating it. And now, without you, their world feels shaky. Something important is missing, and they can't figure out why they didn't see it sooner. That rejection they're feeling, that's not on you. That's their own disappointment in themselves. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, you finally chose to stop questioning your own worth. You realized you're more than just the person who's always there for everyone else. And that is the turning point. This moment isn't about whether they miss you, it's about the fact that you put yourself first. You've learned that your value doesn't depend on their recognition or validation. It's a big shift for you, stepping out of the role of shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. This move is your lesson to yourself. You are enough, just as you are. You deserve not just to be needed, but to be respected and appreciated. Once you understand that, their rejection becomes their lesson to learn. Your silence becomes a tool of self-respect, and you'll realize you never have to twist yourself into someone else's mold again. The real victory is knowing that you are the most important person in your life. Number 11. The realization of their own weaknesses. Your absence leaves a void that forces them to face a new reality. In the quiet you've left behind, all the things they've been avoiding start to surface. It's not just doubts about you, it's doubts about themselves. They start asking, was I really the person I thought I was? The emptiness you've left pushes them to confront their own flaws, and that hurts. They have to admit that they're not as strong or flawless as they always believed. For someone who thought you'd always be there, no matter how they treated you, this realization hits hard. You were their constant, and now they have to live with the truth that they're vulnerable, just like anyone else. This wound, this realization, grows the longer they sit in the space you used to fill. And while they're trying to patch themselves up to figure out how to fill that void, they realize that getting you back isn't the simple fix. It's not about winning you over again. It's about facing their own mistakes and insecurities so they don't fall into the same patterns. Their silence, their attempts to pull you back, aren't just about having you again. They're a desperate attempt to feel whole themselves. But while they're stuck confronting their own vulnerability, you've already moved forward. You've found your place, while they're still stuck, wondering how they really feel about who they are. Remember this, your absence isn't a weakness, it's your greatest strength. Let them reflect, wonder, and maybe even chase after you. But never forget you're the one in control now. Drop a comment below saying, I'm the prize, not the option, to lock this mindset in. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And until next time, stay strong, stay true to yourself, and never forget your worth.